again, everybody. It's another brew day. It's batch number 155. So getting close to that 200 mark, and another wonderful party that I'm going to have once I hit 200. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I had a 100th brew party, what was it, 3 years ago now? All the guys from Chop and Brew came out, and it actually became a Chop and Brew episode, so I was pretty happy about that. And we had a great day. I brewed a semi-Klaus that day, and I had 3 other brewers at the house. So there was another guy brewing with me here in the basement, and then there were 2 other guys brewing out in the garage. I wanted to set up a tent outside, but unfortunately it snowed 8 inches the night before. So we couldn't set up a tent or anything like that because it would have collapsed under the snow. So I just set them in the garage, and we got a heater out there for them, and it was a great brew day. We had made some good beers, had a great time, cake, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to try and top that for the 200. So maybe I'll hit the 200 in 2023, something like that. But anyhow, what we're brewing today is what I'm going to refer to as a somewhat hazy IPA. I am using some oats, some flaked maize to get some of that haziness in there and mouthfeel that you're going to get with a hazy IPA. But I'm not a big fan of super hazy IPAs, so I'm going to make a somewhat hazy IPA, and I'm calling it Hazy Otter. The main base malt in the recipe is Otter, so I figured Hazy Otter would be a good name for the brew. Go over a couple of things here really quick. The OG is going to be 1.068. Bitterness is 56 to 57. Color is going to be really light at 6.4 SRM, and the estimated amount of alcohol, or the ABV, is going to be about 7%. And we'll see how we do today with everything. This is a recipe that I wrote up recently. It's based on a couple of things. It's based on the fact that I had some extra stuff laying around that I'd like to get rid of. And also based on the fact that I've been brewing some dark beers lately, so I wanted to get a lighter, hoppier beer in the Keezer. So I put together this recipe over the last couple of days and decided to brew this weekend. So let's get to the brew day. Here is the ingredient list for today. We have some Otter base malt, 82% or 11 pounds. We got white wheat malt, 7% or 1 pound. Then we're adding in some flaked oats, that's 7% or 1 pound, and some flaked maize at 4% or half a pound, and about a half pound of rice hulls, so we do not get a stuck mash. These are the hops for today: El Dorado and Gerolo. So we're going to do El Dorado, 1 ounce at T-60, and then 2 ounces of Gerolo at T-0, and we're going to do a 10-minute hop stand with that. And I may adjust that in the future depending on how strong I want the flavors and aromas to be from the Gerolo hops. But for now, we're going to try that. And then we have some salt additions for today. We have mash and sparge salt additions. So we're going to throw in some gypsum, some calcium chloride, some Epsom salt, and some regular salt to get our water profile up. I sent my water into Ward's laboratory and got back a water report, popped that into Beersmith, and then I'm calling this beer basically a slightly hazy IPA. So I put in the IPA water profile, and it told me exactly what to add to the sparge and to the mash for your brewing salts. And then, of course, no day goes by without a hot scotchy, but I have not decided what scotch I'm going to use yet. Well, I almost forgot one of the most important things in brewing, the yeast. So today I am using Imperial Independence yeast. The only reason I am not using Juice by Imperial is because I had an extra pack of Independence in the fridge and I needed to use it up before the expiration date. So this should work just fine for this beer. All right, I'm about to mash in. I'm just transferring my water over to the pot. So I got it up to 165 degrees, like a mash in temp of 151 to 153. And once I get 5 gallons of water over to my mash tun, I'm going to add all of my brewing salts to the mash. All right, we have mashed in and we're at a temp of about 153 right now, which is perfect. I wanted it to be between 151 and 153. So we're all mashed in. It smells really good. I'm going to let this sit for 30 minutes and then I'm going to start the recirculation process. And the reason why I'm only recirculating for 30 minutes is because I want to keep a little bit of that haziness. I don't want to clear it out too much. Well, while I'm waiting for the mash, I'm going to explain to you guys really quick why I picked the hops that I did. I picked El Dorado on purpose. I've used this hop before and I really do like it when it comes to using them for IPAs. This gives off a floral, a tropical, and a citrus note. And it's a good bittering hop at 17%. So I've used it many times and I've always liked it. As far as choosing Jarilo, I only chose Jarilo in the beginning because I needed to get rid of some of these hops. I've got a lot of hops sitting around in my Keyser that I need to start using up. But I did some research. I had several different options. I picked through all my hops and I pulled out Jarilo, I pulled out Matuka, I pulled out Mandarina Bavaria, I pulled out all these hops that I've got. And I decided to go with Jarilo because of the flavors that it gives off. So let me pull this up really quick. So the flavors that it tends to give off is a banana, orange, and pear. And then it also has some herby notes with some grass and some spice. So I thought this might go really well with the grain bill that I've got going here. And like I said, I've used El Dorado before. I've been very happy with it, but I think Jarilo might be a good hop to pair with that. So we'll see what happens. This is the first try at this recipe. Hope it turns out well. If it doesn't, of course, I'm going to make some tweaks, and I probably will end up making some tweaks either way, whether it's good or not, just to get those flavors where I want it. What I really would like to taste is some orange in the pear and just a slight hint of banana. That's what I would really like. And I'm not at all opposed to some of the herbs and spices coming through. That would really dial it in. But definitely going for that orange and pear flavors and some of that aroma too. I wouldn't mind a little bit of banana on the top and the aroma, kind of like what you would get with a Hefe or something like that. So that's what I'm trying to go for. We'll see if it works out, but I'm definitely going to be tweaking and doing this recipe again and again until I get it perfect. So you guys are along for the ride. Thanks for being here. Here is the wort. I'm probably going to let it recirculate for about 5 or 10 minutes more, but this is what I'm going to put my scotch in. So it's looking pretty good so far. I'd like to clarify it just a bit more. And I think we'll have a good wort to start with. It's taste test time. Smells great. Oh yeah, nice and sweet. Decided to go with the Abelauer, Old Faithful. Delicious as always. Oh, this is good. Maris Otter is a great grain to do a hot scotchy with. Just delicious. Cheers, everybody. The Brewday is all finished up, and here is the wort. Oh, it's decently cloudy. I think I achieved what I was going for here. Looks pretty good. So, take a little taste. Ooh. Yeah, it's bitter, which is good. I got a lot of good bitterness there, and I am getting some really nice fruity aromas. Maybe a little bit of blackberry. I am getting orange and citrus for sure. Not smelling a lot of banana yet, but that might come through after the fermentation. But it's definitely fruity, which is what I was going for, and definitely some bitterness on the front end. So far so good. Let's see how it ferments out. My final gravity was 1066. I was going for 1068, so only 2 points off. Not bad, pretty close. I'll have to improve on that sometime down the road, but I'm pretty happy with this. So cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you next time.